Hello, everybody. I think I cut that a little bit short. I didn't mean to. Doesn't matter. I'm Sirken. It's Monday night, and I'm very, very, very happy that you're all here. The very first thing I'm going to ask you, and I really hate to have to ask things right out the gate. I feel it's the wrong foot to start the conversation on. But I really hope my guests muted the stream if they're watching. I just realized that. But anyway, I'm going to ask you if there are sound issues. If I am much lower volume than other people, or if they are much lower than me, let me know right away. Don't assume that I know, because I don't. That's your job. You're all responsible for it. Don't let me down. Badoop. Great. Wonderful guest. I don't have your neck beards here tonight. I have a different perspective. I have two streamers and a dev. Dev, you go first because favoritism. I have the wonderful Telin this evening. Say hello to these people, and in case they have no idea who you are, tell them a little bit about you so that they would know who you are.
Alright, I'm Telin. I am a content developer on P99. I worked on the spell effects, the sky, and a lot of database changes. You'll see a lot of the changes on the patch notes on the front page that I did.
That's excellent. What did you do with spell effects exactly? Because I feel like that's a pretty broad statement. I did spell effects.
Basically, tried to make them as classic as possible with this client. So the artwork, I had to change that and change the way they looked and the way they moved and what levels you got advances. It took a lot of time. Probably took me over about a year and a half to get everything down to where it is now.
Jesus. Is it pretty much set now, or are you still working on those?
There could be some improvements, but they would be minor compared to getting the original system working again, and that's what I hope to accomplish eventually with some other developer help.
Okay. I know one thing that was a thing was that the spell effects came out of the wrong part of the hand, yes?
Yeah, they floated upward.
And they were supposed to go the opposite, yes? Down? Or
Yeah,
straight out?
they were supposed to go down. Actually, they were supposed to follow the arm. They were supposed to be attached to the root bone, which they are not. It's something you can't really recreate on this client at this moment, so I have them going down. That's as best as I could do. But it looks a lot better.
It does look a lot better. Although, I'm not going to lie, I really enjoyed the Sky and Lava Storm, and I'm really butthurt about the classic Sky being there.
Oh, actually, there is another project I want to do for Lava Storm. There should be a red haze, and I'm going to add that in the future.
So you're just basically going to make it harder for people to see.
Well, it's not going to be harder. It's going to be well in the distance, but it should be red. That's what Classic was. And when it rains, it's supposed to turn all red.
So you're just going to make it really hard for people to see. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're going to make... They added fog and rust, and you're basically going to add red fog, is what it sounds like.
Pretty much.
Which makes it harder to see. You're basically an asshole, is what I'm hearing.
Well, that's not really the point. The point is, you don't think about making it harder for people. I mean, actually, we like it to be harder. We don't want this to be an easy game.
No, it's definitely not that. All right. And then we also have a streamer, Skylias. Say hello. Pretend that they don't know who you are and that you've never been here before.
Hi. I'm Skylias. I don't really think I need to link anything. Do I really need to link anything? Can I not link anything?
You don't have to link anything.
Okay. So, yeah, not doing that. And I play this game. I've been streaming for, I don't know, 6 or 7, no, probably longer than that now. Maybe 8 months. That's it.
There. Yeah, you're definitely not a dev. You drew it.
No, I'm not a dev. I'm just a streamer of this game.
One
of them.
And what kind of things do you do in your general druiding?
Power level.
Sounds about right.
Port people and never get any leveling done ever. That's it.
How long have you been level 53?
I got 54, but I need to get a little bit into 54 because if I die, I lose level now. So that's a problem.
I feel like you should be able to get reses.
I don't expect it, so I eat my deaths usually.
See, that's the difference between you and me. If I was you, I would literally stop playing until somebody from my chat room came and resed me. I'd be like,
Yeah,
you want me to keep going? Get a fucking cleric here. Get me a 96% res. I ain't doing shit.
No.
That's what I would do. And people would just literally have to deal with that. I was going to start a clock, but I forgot to, so I'm just going to pay attention now. Yeah, well, it sounds like you're druiding very correctly from the sound of things. Yes. The project is very, very happy for that. And then we have Burytoe.
What?
Yeah, this is your first time here. I'm very happy to have you here, sir. You're not just
super excited.
You're not just a visitor guest person on this stream. You're also the newest person to be given a sword on this here channel.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You have the power and authority to murder people here. I'm just saying.
Is it weird that I'm nervous? Like, I stream, but for some reason I'm nervous.
I mean, I can be super intimidating, especially when
Definitely.
I was telling you how much I want to touch your butt right before we went live.
Yeah.
So, Burytoe, you're also a streamer. For a while, I used to call you Burytoe, but then people gave me grief for saying it like that, so I had to stop.
I don't like to correct people for that.
You don't like it? Which way do you say it?
I actually say it both ways, honestly. I mess up as much as people in chat do. But yeah, it's Burrito. It's Burrito, but I say Burytoe all the time.
See, because if you say it quick enough, it sounds good. It sounds like Burrito.
Yeah.
But I could be like Burytoe. Or like I'm dragging the word out, like burrito. Like it works. I have a lot of free time. In case you're wondering, that's how I think of things like this.
I've noticed.
What do you play on this here server?
Too many characters, honestly. I just started a ranger. I'm super excited. I love it. Everybody hates on me in the stream for playing a ranger.
Well, I feel that by playing a ranger, you're kind of hating on yourself.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you say that, but I know deep in your heart, Skylias, that you would have played a ranger if you hated yourself a little bit more because of how bad they are. No. Like, I know you wanted to be a ranger because I've seen your EQ Live character. And you just couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Even though you get Ranger Gate at level 1 for free, you couldn't do it.
I'm so glad he's playing a ranger. That's how I do it. Is I watch Burytoe playing a ranger.
Burytoe, what is your character with the most time played?
Definitely my wizard. I have a 57 wizard. He's been 57 for a long time.
Okay.
I try to eat as many deaths as I can, but shout out to Sir Timbo. Sir Timbo always comes in and reses me.
Good job, Sir Timbo. You give yourself 2 Sirken points, and you can redeem those for 1 free bloomin' onion if you come down to the P99 headquarters. I'm pretty sure that offer expires at the end of May, so don't wait too long. We have people in chat. Hello, everybody in chat. I'm just now looking. I'm sorry. Use at Sirken P99 and I'll see it. You could also use at Skylias or at Telin P99 or at Burytoe, and they'll see your things too. Burytoe, you feel free to pull anything out of chat that catches your eyeballs.
Nice.
I am not good at chat. I have to tip my hat so much to the two of you, Skylias and Burrito, because I watch you guys play games. I watch both of your chats, and let me tell you something. I am very flattered to be a mod in both your chats. That might be part of the reason you're both here this evening. But I just, I don't ban people. I do in your chat, Skylias, because you have a whole different set of issues that you deal with. But, like, I don't think I've ever banned anyone in Burrito's chat. I don't think I've ever banned anyone in German Foo's chat. Like, I just like having the sword. It just looks cool. And so I hang out in those places.
I don't play Melee, so I don't like the sword.
Oh, I mean, Twitch doesn't give you a lot of class options. You're pretty much stuck with, I'd say, a monk or a warrior. Those are your choices on Twitch. But, I feel like I was going to a place with that. And I feel like your keyboard is louder than mine. And I feel like people ported and I wasn't paying attention. Zone, South Row. There's lots of things. Hoping for petitions this evening. Any chance? Maybe. Maybe. You're gonna have to stick around to find out and see. Cat 5, I'm glad you made it. Atkinson wants you to say aggro, Burrito.
I love the way he says it. Aggro.
Aggro. Nope, it's aggro. I've learned.
Oh.
I do say aggro. I say aggro a
Dude,
lot.
don't even worry. People make fun of me for the way I say Oregon. And you know
Oh
what?
my God.
Fuck them. I've been, since, like, I was 5 years old when we were playing the Oregon Trail on the old-ass green-only color Apple computers. Fucking, I was calling it the Oregon Trail. And nobody corrected me. Not one person. And so it just stuck until one night I was streaming and I mentioned the Oregon Trail. And one of the people on stream were like, everyone just started laughing. And I didn't know what I did wrong. But they're like, where were they going? Where was the trail going? And they were all making fun of me. It was a horrible, horrible experience. I beat you to the zone, Burrito. I don't know if you know that or not. I don't know if I'm invisible or not.
No, I saw you.
Oh, A+. Oh, god damn it. Look,
It was close.
look,
It was close, though.
I don't remember what I was saying, but the point is,
I wasn't really listening, so.
that's probably better. I wish...
You were talking about mispronunciations of things.
Oregon.
And aggro.
No, I meant before I got distracted by words.
I think there's a lot of words in EverQuest that people will pronounce differently, and it's interesting to hear.
It is.
I think there's a lot of words in EverQuest that a lot of people just pronounce wrong, and it's because they don't watch the stream to have themselves corrected.
I think definitely for me, I've been playing EverQuest since I was pretty young. So, yeah, I didn't know any of these words. They were all a lot of them were new to me.
Uh-huh.
So I just had to guess how to say it.
Uh-huh.
How did you have any Discord to talk to
Burrito,
people?
how do you say the city to the east of Irudin and south of Hallis?
The correct way? You mean Kinos?
I suppose.
Kanos.
I say Quanos.
But there's no
used to
you.
say Quanos.
There is when I do it.
I used
There's
to say
no.
Quanos, but then I started playing on P99 and people corrected me.
Well, you know what? They're wrong. It's Quanos. You can keep saying it that way.
Alright, I will.
I'll give you get a Sirken point. Give yourself a Sirken. I'm gonna start keeping track of
I
Sirken
actually
points.
used to say Koinos.
And then what? Some gypsies came and threatened
No,
you?
he just.
Well,
realized-
and then I realized there's no you.
Hmm.
So
Oh
How's that?
God! You guys, why are you so hung up on this one letter?
Because it matters with
It's
you.
one letter. Just let it go. Quanos. It feels good. It rolls off the tongue good. Buenos.
Terrible.
And I still say Luckland. I don't care.
It is Luckland. It is Luckland. When we had the Pantheon thing, that's one of the questions I asked either, I want to say right before stream, and they said Luckland. So that's good enough for me. I'm sold on Luckland forever.
I totally always say Lukeland.
You should stop, because you are continuing a cycle of incorrectness. And that's bad. You're corrupting the youth of the entire world, actually, because internet.
I strive to be better, but it doesn't always work out.
I tell myself that same thing. Don't worry. But, as long as you're putting in the effort, this ogre is not going to be happy that the four of you just showed up. What do you guys...
there is an ogre there.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing.
But I don't know what he's doing either. He's just standing there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I don't know. He might just be like DS'd and wearing a fungi tunic and standing. Oh, he's moving. I mean, that'd be a pretty great way to power level, though. Just damage shield, fungi tunic, AFK. Done. Done. Oh, that's a good one, Cotton Candy. The very common druid movement buff acronym. Spirit of Wolf acronym.
I say so, but I started saying Sal because the people in my stream were correcting me in consensus. They were winning.
I'm with you. It's Sao. Women so, druid Sao. That's the difference.
Sal because to me the W really is supposed to elongate the O.
And if you take the S off, it's ow. And if you put an S in front of ow, you get sow. That is math. That is how math works. S plus ow equals sow.
I totally say so. I've always said so. But
there's no E.
Same thing.
No.
And
No.
I get corrected so often.
You need to be corrected if you're saying so.
I know.
I used to say mana because it's actually mana, but people say mana.
I say mana because that's how I say all my A's. I say Karana. I say mana. I say that. I say
Karana.
I can't help it. It's how I say my A's. All my soft A's are just ah. It's just an ah sound. It's horrible.
Oh, I'm kicking you out of the group, I think.
Yeah, you should. That's a good point.
That's horrible. For a second I thought you were talking to me.
Oh.
I was in a Discord chat earlier, and I saw that I was moved to my own group and given a different color name, and I instantly took issue with the color because it reminded me of poo, and then later it dawned on me that I took no issue with being in a group called like Short Bus All Star, but I took a lot of issue with the poo color name. And then I had a slight giggle to myself and moved on. How do you guys say the name of the class that is essentially the voodoo witch person?
Shaman.
Shaman or shaman? I don't think anyone says shaman.
I've heard a few people.
Oh, they should
stop. I feel like that's the correct way to say it. I've always heard
No,
that.
listen. Shamans are real things. Like, that's not an EverQuest thing. That's an actual thing. And that's how it's said. It's shaman. Like, we don't have to guess. That's not a made-up word.
Yeah, the chat agrees.
Chat, listen. It's good for you to agree, but you're not going to get Sirken points just by brown-nosing and agreeing with my speech words. Although, nope. Yeah, no one says shaman. Thank you, chat. Thank you for brown-nosing. You made me feel better about myself.
I think the names of the gods are going to be the worst.
I say Inaruk.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say Rook.
Yeah, see, that's the other way I've heard
I say
it.
Inaruk.
I think Inaruk is the most common pronunciation of that word. Cotton Candy wants me to scroll up so that I can tell people he pooped his pants when he logged on his tune the other day and he was in EC after camping in WW Western Wastes when I did this reimbursement for him. Jesus the poop. Yeah, sorry about that. I always get a slight little giggle because I know you guys are camped out for raid targets. And so moving you to EC just kind of makes me fucking smile like a goddamn child on Christmas. Not because, I'm doing horrible things, but just because I hate poop socking and I hate people camping out at raid mobs. So it's like, I'm going to move you to EC, but I'm going to restore your item and resolve your petition. So it's fair. And it's not shittiness. I literally do that to everybody. I kind of wish they would all log in at the same time. Like, I know the other day I did 64 petitions, and I was just thinking to myself how great it would be if they all logged into East Commons at the same time and were just like, hey, you too, huh? They'd all start working on ports back to wherever the fuck. It'd be good. It'd be good. I don't even understand what's happening with these things. I feel like Dreslin's just getting beat on. And
Yeah, I need a med.
you're bad at medding.
So bad at it.
That's something I've learned from watching your stream, actually.
Yeah, terrible at sitting.
Do you like power leveling more than leveling?
Kinda. Kinda. I wouldn't do it if I really hated it. So,
I don't.
I kinda do enjoy it. I see it as a good class to do it with, so.
I hate power leveling people.
Really?
Yeah, as a player, I hated it. Like, if I power leveled somebody, I really liked them as a person. Like, me and you we are friends. We are BFFs if I am power leveling you.
Well,
Yeah, I
that's
definitely don't. I don't power level people.
Burrito, I would power level you.
Nice.
I would power level you all night.
I need to
I
sit down, though.
I already tell everybody about all the favors I get from you, so.
Oh, dude, so many favors. You're like my biggest supplier of blooming onions. I mean, so pretty much that means you obviously get whatever you want.
I deserve it though, people.
You deserve it, huh?
Watching Skylias, I realized that she plays a druid a lot like I did in Classic. I spent too much time killing giants and power leveling people.
I love that area, though. I love the giants.
What is it about that area that just makes... It's like fucking catnip for druids over there.
But power leveling back in the day was a little
That's
more
not a
fun.
rhetorical question. I wanted an answer.
Oh. Wait, ask it again, I'm sorry.
Druids, what is it about those giants that you guys get all goofy in your brains over?
Okay, first of all...
Is it like some secret rite of passage?
I'm a ranger.
I mean, you say that, but you're not.
I don't know. I used to be there. I was there on my ranger all the time, too. So, I just like the area. I think it's... I don't know, it's pretty, it's woodsy. It's easy to get to, and...
It's outside.
Yeah, and you can kill for money, because I don't accept a lot of donations, so it's where...
Do you actually keep your money? Because I feel like you probably just give it away with literally every other thing you have.
Are we really going to talk about me giving away that circlet of shadow?
I mean, I wasn't going to, but we could. You've given away all kinds of things. People need all kinds of things.
Well...
I need a goddamn community to stop saying things like Kinos and So and goddamn Looselin. But I'm not gonna... I don't get it.
Yeah, my chat got pretty annoyed at me the other day. I was in this word I can't pronounce. Halus?
Yes.
I never made a barbarian. I was standing outside of the bank. I asked somebody to show me to the bank, and I'll give them an item. They showed me into the door in front of me, and I gave them an FBSS, and then, the chat got pretty annoyed.
Oh, I mean, you probably made that person's whole day.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
sure they were happy.
I'm pretty sure the only reason I kept logging into P99 as a player was because someone gave me a flowing black robe at level 4. And I thought my little
Nice.
gnome looked so goddamn sexy in his black and reddish and bluish robe.
Hell yeah.
You know what robe is real sexy? Is the Tesserina robe in Frozen Shadow. And it is stupidly rare.
Akitsenu got that on his necro.
On
But,
P99?
Yeah, on P99. I
Oh,
never got it.
I
on
haven't
the
seen
list.
one. I have not seen one yet in game. Like, I honestly, legitimately, he's the first person I know of that has one now. I can't even tell you how many hours I dumped into beta trying to get that robe just to get it. And I couldn't. And it broke my little heart. It's called Hallis because people haul ass out of there. Ha 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 ha. Will the P99 team help the EQOA revival in their project? I don't know anything about that. But I am not the person who would make that decision either. So, stuff. Oh, I just thought of a horrible question to ask Telin, but I'm not going to do it. But what I don't want to put either of you. I don't want to put any of you in charge.
So, I can talk a little bit about what I'm working on right now.
Can you talk for like 30 seconds while I go get a tasty beverage?
Sure.
You are the best. I will be right back.
So, basically, what I'm focusing on right now is we're in the June 2001 timeline, and that's when that plague was, attacking the Karanas, and it's actually because of the Blood Sabers, which are the evil necromancers in Kinos. So, when you go into North and West Karana, you'll see that it's green, and there's rabid animals, and there's a swarm that attacks. And there's actually some quests that I don't think everybody knows about that you can do because of the food shortages this is causing in certain cities. In Kelethin, Kaladim, Kinos, Freeport, Nariak, Freeport, Hallis, you can basically just turn in this bread, and you can get pretty good factions, some platinum, and some experience that it's only going to be in the game for a few more months. So it's something you should take advantage of.
Nerds.
Sweet. Did you say Nariak?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely should hit that up.
And also there's the Kinos badge quest. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but I'm working on the second interrogator's badge now, and there should be there should be another one for the end of Velius. It went up to 5 through Planes of Power, but since we're not going there, you'll have to stop the third one. But it's still a pretty decent item. And the quests are really fun because you pretend you're investigating this what's going on, and and this the plague that's happening. It should end if everything works out in a GM event. So that would be pretty exciting. Maybe Sirken can be involved in that.
I have a feeling he might need to be involved in that.
Yeah, I had some weird thing happen to me when I was running through the Karanas. There was a bunch of, scarabs, randomly.
The bugs!
Yeah, the swarm. Yeah.
I saw
that's
that
part of it.
stream. They kill everything.
Yeah, they don't like farmers.
Yeah,
No.
they were killing the farmers. I saw the whole thing happen. It was really...
They eat the crops and then they eat the farmers.
I saw them go into the buildings, and I'm like, uh-oh. I saw them going towards the farmers, and I was like, this isn't good. They're gonna all die. They died.
They did die.
Then they went away. I caught it on stream. I don't remember when it was, but it was really weird. I started playing, The Lion King.
Oh, that's horrible. You want to know the worst thing, Telin? I don't think anyone's gonna do it.
Yeah,
You don't think?
I was being facetious when I said I would do it.
The quests or the
The
GM
quests.
I don't think anyone's going to do anything about it. I think people are just going to run through the green plague fog and just be like, oh, well, this is a thing. And
Yeah, that's what I did.
keep
I got
going.
A cough. The character got a cough, and I just moved on.
Well, for the 5 people that do it, that's for them.
I do hope people will do it because I think quests are really cool. Like, it's not a forever quest. It's a temporary thing. It's more like a world event kind of, yeah?
Yeah.
And there weren't too many of those in Classic. I mean, maybe there were, but we didn't do them. So it's kind of cool that it's going on, and it's kind of shitty that no one's doing it. I know I was talking to Nilbog, and I think he might have been a little tipsy, so he was a little extra chatty, and he was telling me all kinds of things. And I obviously can't repeat them because they'll cut my fucking hands off. But I feel like he was a little kind of disappointed that nobody really gives any shits about the green plague fog. And you know what? I can't even say that if I was still playing that I would give shits. Because I don't know if I would. I might be like everyone else who just runs back and forth through the goddamn Karanas. I said it right that time, just for you guys. There are so many dead orcs here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a hate crime.
Orcs are probably my favorite thing to kill. I love Crushbone. I love that area.
Yeah, that place is fun.
I used to do little GM events, and I used to almost always do Crushbone. And people just never figured it out. They would never just be in Crushbone ahead of time. And now I don't do that anymore. Because people are shitty is really the short way to put it.
I always like zones that had really good trains, because those were always fun.
Really good trains.
I never made them, but it's just really exciting when one happens.
So you probably love Mistmore then.
Yeah.
I love Mistmore, but not for the trading. I just love that zone. I hate trains. I have to deal with trains, though. That's probably why.
Oh, that's true.
Because I'm thinking, as a player, this might all be karma coming back to bite me for training people, actually. Like, I know as a player, I didn't always follow all the rules exactly to a T. And so maybe this is the universe getting me back for doing horrible things with a Necro. I feel like Necros should be allowed to train people, though.
No.
Just their pure, like, superiority.
It's a personality.
Maybe, but it's also superiority over the other classes.
You mean easy mode?
I mean, I feel like Necros should be able to own other characters as property. Like, I should be able to buy a bard to just run me around.
I think they should be able to summon your corpses and use it as a pet.
Oh my god, could you imagine how many people would be griefed if you could reanimate someone's geared corpse and make it your pet?
Oh, Lord. No. Just no.
You would basically have to fight yourself and win to get your stuff back. You eat your pizza.
That would be a cool quest.
Oh, well, since I'm not going to ask Burytoe a question right at this moment, actually, I kind of am. Are you eating... No, you know what? I don't even care. You're eating garbage pizza. I know what state you live in.
It's like homemade pizza, so it's not bad.
Oh, well, then that might... Yeah, I was just going to say, that might not be so bad.
Huh.
But, I mean, even if you don't get the super thick, like, pie-ass Chicago pizza, we make regular crust pizza better than everyone else, too. So, I'm sorry. I've been to too many different states, and I've had horrible pizza in pretty much all of them.
I actually have a question for Burytoe.
What's up?
When did you start streaming?
Uh, Let me click on my name in chat. Whenever I made this account, when is it? June 5th, 2015.
Oh, you're coming up on your year then.
Yeah,
Are you gonna have a birthday party?
sure.
I almost
You're
said a
invited.
burrito party.
A burrito party. That sounds actually
I
quite
would go to a burrito party.
That sounds great.
Is it
So I have a
BYOB?
question.
What?
What was everybody's original server, and when did they start playing EverQuest?
Sure, I'll go first. Rod Set Knife. It later merged into Quellius server, but I think I started 2000.
Blueby.
Yeah, like mid 2000, I think.
Yeah, I started right before Luckland, so
Oh,
I
you
was
were
on the
kind of
F.
late then.
Yeah, yeah, I was. And then but I was on the FV server. I was on the role-playing
Role-playing?
one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so you had
Pretty
to actually
much.
like learn languages and shit because you couldn't just talk to people, and it was no drop.
There was no drop, or
There was no drop.
that
No,
doesn't
was it no
sound.
trade?
It's the same thing, really.
Yeah, same
I
thing.
think.
So
I think no trade means you can still sell it to merchants, right?
yeah, yeah,
think-
things were fun on that server, but it was interesting. There's some role players for sure.
We don't have that. I used to play role-playing games online. I used to play like Red Dragon Inn and different little muds, and then I was so happy because EverQuest was that, but not paper, and just nobody role played, so I didn't even bother. I was on Valenzac, and it was a Teams PvP server, and it was arguably the very best EverQuest server ever. We did great things over there, and
Yeah, they had a bunch of those kind of events on this server. The GMs put up all kinds of fun stuff.
I didn't even know there were non-PvP servers until the best of the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a hardcore raider then, but I don't feel like being that on P99.
Oh, I raided on P99. I remember one time my guild was in Plane of Fear, and we were doing CT, and we killed him, and we had only killed him like one or two other times, so it was a big deal. And he dropped an item that I really wanted, but we weren't deciding loot shit until we were done with the zone. And I had to get going to class, but I didn't want to sound like a loot whore and be like, so what are we doing with that thing? And so I just waited. I made the decision. I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to class. I don't even care. And
Nice.
I skipped class, and you know what? It was worth it because I got awarded the rope. It made me so happy. It was one of those items that I just never got on live. It wasn't like a best in slot item. It wasn't like a super, game-changing item. I just wanted it because I didn't have it on live, and I wanted it on live. Same thing with a mana robe. I never got one on P99 either. And I've always wanted a mana robe, and I've never gotten one. I had a buddy let me use one for a while, but that's the closest I've ever come.
How long did you play live Burrito?
I think till 2005, right? Planes of Power ish. Was that 2005?
I think it was a little earlier than that.
Might have been 04.
Yeah.
It was right around there, though, because I feel like I quit right after Planes of Power, and I think I quit around 04, 05.
Oh,
Yeah, that's about the time I quit.
I dabbled, though. I kept coming back and dabbling. Like, I know I dabbled with the Lost Dungeons of Norath, and because I was excited thinking maybe it was a bunch of, like, cool-ass dungeon crawls. But it wasn't.
I didn't come back. I tried playing it again right before I heard about P99. I tried playing in, like, late 2009. And I made a Shadow Knight leveled to, like, 60 in 2 days or something. Like, seriously, like, 20-ish hours. And then I was just done.
I see. I see.
I played from January 2000 on the Sirken server, and I played up until I'm not sure which one, GOD or OOW, whichever one was last.
GOD was with Priest of Discord portals, yeah?
I don't remember. I remember I didn't like any of the expansions after Planes of
Yeah,
Power.
I think it was because it's Gates of Discord. Yeah, that's when they
Okay,
had the
I like
pod.
that. And then,
The only thing I did after Planes of Power was like dye my armor. That's the only cool thing.
You dyed your armor.
Yeah, I dyed it green as a druid, you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got to.
Yeah, it was like the only color you could be.
I hated Omens of War. That was the one where, like, items started having plus 100 every, like, plus 100 hit point, 100 mana on, like, everything, right? Because I feel like that was a thing.
Hmm.
And I started feeling like it was just getting stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
We keep talking to Burrito too much.
Well, it's
Yeah,
actually
sorry.
He's like, hey guys, I'm eating pizza. And Skylias is like, hey Burrito, let me ask you a question.
I'm almost done.
It's okay. I actually don't have food. I feel like I should be eating in people's ears right now. And
I
I
haven't
just
eaten all
don't have
day.
anything. Dude,
Arvin.
I woke up at like 2 o'clock this morning, just hungry as hell. And I was like, I'm gonna eat some food. And I got the brilliant idea to make a box of like Totino's pizza rolls and then go right back to bed. So I woke up again at like
How big is
6.
the box, by the way?
Like 15.
Alright.
Not like a giant family pack, but you know,
I was
like
thinking like 50.
no, it's like the size of a Lunchable without like a drink. That's how big the box is. And I throw 15 of them on a plate for 3.5 minutes at 70% power, and then I ate them, and I went to sleep, and I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got this big-ass Italian sausage cut in half, threw it on a bread roll, and ate that, and went back to sleep. And then I woke up around 9 or 10, and I had the absolute worst stomach ache that you could most possibly imagine.
I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep after that because I would be suffering from heartburn.
I mean, I don't really get heartburn. Like, I gotta really try to do some shit. But I don't know. I just ate a bunch of dumb shit. And then I woke up at like 9 o'clock again and was just like, I don't feel good. I feel like I'm gonna die. And I picked a spot on my floor and I covered up with my zebra blanket. And I just laid there until my stomach felt better.
zebra blanket.
So you have like animal prints all over your house?
Alright, guys. I feel like you're just taking this and running with it, and no. Alright, so my parents live on a farm, and they need animals on their farm, and horses are important, because if you have horses, you get zoned as agricultural instead of residential, and your taxes are much lower. And I figured, since they already had 2 horses, why not get a zebra? So I convinced my mother that it was a good idea to get a zebra and that I would even pay for it. Like, I had no problems paying for a zebra if we could get one on her farm. I would be at the farm all the time to play with it. And
So
turns
get a
out,
blanket.
zebras don't play well with other horses. They're mean as fuck. And spoiler alert, ponies are mean as fuck too. We had a pony for a while. We had to get rid of it because it was a bastard of an animal.
I've heard that too. The smaller they are, like the smaller the horse, they're absolute assholes.
It's like little dog syndrome, but in a horse.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is real bad because ponies are mean, vicious. Turkeys are mean as hell too. But ponies are mean.
Yeah, little dog syndrome. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, I don't like little dogs. I'm sorry for everybody that has a little dog, but
I mean, if they're old and just kind of quietly lay around,
they
I'm
live
good with
forever. That's the problem. The smaller the dog, they live a long time. It's fucked up. The bigger dogs die earlier.
it. I know.
I don't understand it.
My last dog only lived like 9 years, and he was not a big dog. It was very sad. I was very sad. But now my dog, I don't have him anymore, but he's like 6 or 7. I think he'll be 7 in October. And I love him. I made a picture. I was trying to kill some time last night. And so I made a picture of my dog and wrote threatening words on it. Like, if you don't watch Game of Thrones, my dog will kill you. And then I accidentally messed it up and got angry and stormed away from the computer like a child.
Am I the only one that likes cats?
I'm a cat person.
I don't dislike cats, but I don't like them better than dogs.
I like cats.
Like, dogs make you feel good as fuck when you come home from work.
I think they're too fucking needy. Like, I don't know. I just can't deal with it.
I mean, just get a dog that's not needy. I mean, they need attention. They want to be loved. They want to be petted and told that they're good boys. And you know.
Cats are the opposite.
Yeah, cats are like, just feed me so I don't have to eat you. That's pretty much where cats are.
I've had
Yeah, it's
cats
true.
that played fetch.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that only works if the cat wants to do it, though.
I had a cat that would go on walks with me. Like, not very far. He would get bored and go back home, but, like, we'd walk for, like, a mile or something. He'd follow me. Pretty sweet.
I don't... Yeah, I never... I lived with someone briefly who had a cat. And it used to hide in bags and just wait for someone to walk by. I'm not kidding. It would chew out the corner, like the back corner of the bag, so it could peek through the corner. And when you walked by, it would swat out the front.
Nice.
And this cat had nails, and this cat was very sweet, but was just a bastard of an animal at the same time. And so I'd be terrified to walk past bags because I never knew if the cat was in it. And luckily that's not a thing that I had to deal with for too long.
Did you dump her because of her cat?
I dumped her because she stopped taking birth control without telling me to try and get pregnant.
Yeah.
That is a deal breaker.
Yeah, that would be on the list, I would think.
Oh, it's so hard to break up with someone that you live with, though. It is so hard.
Yeah.
I waited for her to be at her parents' house on Christmas.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that makes me a horrible person or not.
Wait, you did it on Christmas?
I did it on Christmas over the phone.
That doesn't make you horrible unless you attach some idea to Christmas.
Well, she certainly did.
Oh, well then you're a terrible man. Shame on you.
Oh. See, alright, I feel like if I give you some context background, you might not think I'm a horrible person.
Well, I think actually how we started talking about her, I don't think...
Right, I was just gonna say, she stopped taking birth control to try and get pregnant. But also we were fighting because of that, and which I think is natural, and so she went to her mom's like on Christmas Eve for dinner and shit, and I told her to spend the night there and, you know, to just whatever, like I would call her later, like I didn't want to talk to her. And she had the audacity to call me on Christmas because she was like, so what's going on with us? Thinking that I wouldn't be a dick on Christmas. Like, she tried to play the Christmas card and use it against me.
Oh.
And so I couldn't do that. My buddy Scott was sitting next to me as like moral support so that I wouldn't back out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. She was a horrible person. And she had a mean cat. It wasn't mean though. It was so nice. That cat and me used to watch cartoons together. Late at night when Adult Swim had like the Family Guy Futurama thing from like 2 to 3.
I remember that.
Yeah. Me and that cat used to fucking hang out on the couch or the love seat or the floor and just watch cartoons together. Yeah, and then she left, and she took her cat, and she took our bed, so I had to sleep on the floor for like 2 weeks.
Oh, that's not very nice.
It was rude. But at least she couldn't interrupt my Freddy raids anymore. So that was exciting. She had a tendency to do that. I have a question for you two streamers. I'll go with Skylias first, though, because I don't know if you're still eating burrito.
Yeah,
But-
I'm pretty much done.
Well, you have fun with that. Skylias,
Mhm.
2 questions.
Sure.
What's your favorite game to stream? But also, what's the easiest game to stream? Because I
Oh.
know some games are harder than others, dealing with chat and dealing with the game. Sometimes you're actually dealing with other players in the game. What's the most fun and what's the easiest?
Okay, so the easiest is like Skyrim. That's super easy. Because I can actually stop it and read chat. Hardest one, I would say. Actually, Stardew Valley was really hard.
Really?
Believe it or not. Just because that game gives you so much to do. But the one I enjoy streaming is. Oh, I don't know. Skyrim was fun to stream because I could really talk to my chat.
Time out. Couldn't you pause Stardew Valley though?
Yeah, but then I paused like my day and I just stay paused.
So you just pretty much always had shit to do and were too busy to pause.
Right. Yeah.
I see.
Like at least in Skyrim you can have some NPCs walking by that might have the same that sometimes that dialogue repeats way too much. But overall that was nice. This game's kind of in between.
EverQuest?
I usually end up sacrificing my gameplay though to be able to talk to my chat, so I'm kind of like I forget to sit. That's one of those problems.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to everything else going on. I have to usually get it's bad, but you know, whatever.
Do you sometimes feel like how do I say this? Like I know Skyrim, for example, I'm OCD about literally everything. And there's certain ways that I have to do something or it will literally bother me. Like I will double back on my horse and go back to my house if I remember something's not in the right place. Do you do that when you stream, or do you just not do certain things? Like how does it limit you?
I can't organize my shit like I usually would. Like my home would be much more. I'd have each chest dedicated to something, and I would sell things and take time to like really look at the gear. But when I'm streaming, I don't even. I feel like people get really bothered by just watching you, organize your stuff. So.
Have you ever just done it and told them to fuck off?
No, I try to be nice.
I see. I would be curious just for like science purposes.
Oh, Squish says I hoard potions, and that is true. I have a really bad problem with hoarding potions. I have so many that I will never use, but I just can't let them go. Because then I think of the instance I might need them, but I never need them.
But
cyclical problem.
Like, all right. So, other than like healing, mana, stamina, and invisibility, and water breathing, what potions do you really need?
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
Every single one that's on
God
my
damn
character. No, I don't. I mean, I guess that's really what you only need. I mean, I don't know. I have a serious problem with it. I don't know why. It's really funny. It's really weird. But did you say did you give like a feather type potion where basically you don't have to be? Oh my God, this guy's dying.
Letting people die.
No.
Best power leveler ever.
No. The one that basically allows you to carry more weight.
Oh,
You include that in the list because that's an important one.
See, here's the thing. Me and you have completely different play styles, and so I am light as a feather like all the time.
Because you just fucking enchant your gear with that.
No, I don't. I never have done the enchanting stuff. Ever.
What the fuck?
I don't do that. The only reason my enchanting skill has ever gone up is from soul gem stuffs. Like I don't enchant my items. I just find things that I like and I use them. I wear all super light armor that weighs nothing. I like my bow. I keep 2 daggers on me.
What difficulty do you play on?
Medium. I don't go on super hard, but it's
Yeah,
too
me
boring
too.
if
don't
I go on easy.
super hard.
Because here's
Yeah,
the
you
thing,
Burrito.
Burrito's
an
Pussies.
extreme.
if I'm playing Skyrim, I want to feel like a bit of a badass. I don't want to feel like some pleb swinging a sword. I'm the Dragonborn, sir.
I get that. I just feel like the game's way easy, just super easy.
It is.
It's yes, but it doesn't. I mean, it's because of the way the game's made. Your shit, the way you level and the way your gear and weapons improve based on how the world levels with you. You get stronger than everything, like much stronger. And after a certain point, you are more or less unkillable unless you get jumped by a ton of shit or screw something up or don't have like potions or something.
Or play it on hard.
You know what?
You played Dark Souls though. That's like, I would rage so bad at that game.
I couldn't play that game. I watched you, Burrito. I watched you die a shit ton of times one day playing that game. And I was just sitting there like, I do not understand how he hasn't flipped over the table yet.
Seriously.
The first day Dark Souls 3 came out, I was stuck on a boss for 4 hours. I probably died, like 60 times to this dude.
That's so crazy.
I've never
But it's
played
great,
any of them.
Though. That's why I watch his stream, is I can actually watch somebody play it and they don't flip out. And so now we can ask Burrito the question though, yeah?
Yeah, if your answer is completed,
Oh yeah, I'm done.
we're done. Burrito,
Yes.
what's your favorite game to stream and what is the easiest game that you stream?
Honestly,
Easy in terms of not like game difficulty, but like playing and still, being a streamer, interacting with your chat and shit.
The way I play EverQuest, EverQuest is actually the easiest game for me to stream. I can interact with chat. I don't try to get too crazy with it. But favorite games are definitely Dark Souls series. Definitely love the lore. Dark Souls lore is like the best in any game I've ever played, and I love, I don't know, the feeling, how everything looks. It does remind me of EverQuest in some ways. It reminds me of being a kid and being so excited, seeing new stuff for the first time. And I don't really get that feeling in very many video games. I tried for the longest time, like playing every MMO that came out, trying to recapture that feeling. And honestly, like Demon Souls came out on PS3, I think like 2008-ish or something. That was like the first time I really captured that feeling again.
I see. Hey, Telin. I know you don't stream, but I do know I've seen you in both of these streamers' stream channel pages.
Yes.
Yes. So I got 2 questions for you. What game do you most enjoy watching Burrito play? What game do you most enjoy Skylias play?
The only game I watch people play is EverQuest.
Nice.
All right, so that's an easy answer.
Yes. And when I do watch people play P99, I'm constantly looking at what they're doing and seeing if everything is the way it should be. So
Holy crap.
if you're doing a quest or if you're attacking something, I go research to make sure, okay, is this NPC really dropping what it should, and is it as difficult as it should be? You know, I just can't help myself.
Oh, gone. Sorry, I got distracted. I watch a lot of streamers, but I think my favorite streamers are the ones who stream multiple games. But I only ever found those people because they played P99 at some point. Like, if Skylias didn't play P99, if Burytoe didn't play P99, if German Food didn't play EverQuest when Daybreak things were happening, I would have never found those people. But I really like when you guys play different games because you guys play games that I'm never going to buy, but that I'm still mildly curious to see. And so I get that when you guys do these things. It saves me money, and I appreciate it. Shit, I'm trying to think of which games that I like seeing you guys play the most. And my Skylias answer is super fucking biased. So I'm trying to think of another one.
Well, I
But
do like those space simulator things and talk about.
oh, that
astronomy.
totally counts. That
I
definitely
don't feel like
counts.
that's a game though.
I mean, when you had two black holes bouncing off each other and whizzing through space, that kind of felt like a game.
I guess.
I was not expecting that. It's like, all right, and go, and they just spun themselves out into the ether.
Yeah.
Deep space? I don't even know what you call it after a certain point. I feel like just calling it space doesn't really do it justice after a certain amount of distance.
Universe is good.
I think we should work on making a better word. I feel like universe really isn't exact enough for how far I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are pretty far away.
I'm gonna say and again, you should take into account that I'm super biased, but I think at least recently my favorite game that you stream, Skylias, is Quiplash, and that's because sometimes I get to play and I feel like I win way more than I should.
Yeah, that's just pretty good. It's pretty hilarious.
I like being able to really I just like being able to drive certain people crazy.
What is it? What is the game?
I'll tell you, I'm real glad you asked, actually. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but without the cards and more fill in the blank. You get asked a question. You get asked two questions, actually, and then you have to come up with an answer. And they're stupid questions, like, what does the Statue of Liberty have under her dress thing? And you can think of things to say, like a penis or a shotgun. And then everybody else, including the audience members, get to vote. And whoever gets the most votes wins. And there's 3 rounds, and there's super point triple round, and it's a lot of fun. You get to find all...
You really need a lot of players then, right?
You really don't need more than, I'd say, like 4 to 6. You can go up to 8, but I think it would still be fun as long as you had 4 to 6 people.
Yeah, it's always packed.
Yeah,
I end up giving up my seat.
Yeah, I was going to say, you usually end up having people having to sit out and take turns and rotate spots because a shortage is not a problem.
Yeah, but then you start getting the people that are really good at the game, so it's entertaining to watch.
Well,
I enjoy it.
one thing you do that I like a lot is the like your final winner round, your all-star round, where you get all the people who've won the rounds together for the final
those are
round.
pretty insane. Those are pretty good.
They are. The only...
Brita, you've played Quiplash, haven't you?
Yeah, I've streamed it a few times. It is really fun, and that is a cool idea. I seen you doing that winners round, but I'm never in the winners round, so I always miss out.
I mean, sometimes you got... Oh my god, I think I started trying to min-max Quiplash at one point.
Wow.
Like weeks ago, not like the last time that it was going on, but like weeks ago when it was new and exciting, I started like thinking like, oh my god, this answer is so fucking good, everyone's gonna vote for it. I gotta go the other way so this asshole doesn't get the Quiplash bonus. And then I started thinking of like different ways to pander to the audience to get votes. And it was so horrible. I felt like a politician and I felt like I sold my soul. But, I mean, people vote for things like your cookies and anything with the word moist and and such. And so,
what are you judging by? Is it creativity, wittiness?
You know what? Each person is their own judge, and I'm pretty sure everyone judges differently.
Right. Okay.
I always go by what what made me laugh the most.
Mm-hmm.
What's funniest.
Like, if you put something that makes me laugh
Sometimes
but has nothing to do with the question, I'm not voting for you.
I still do. Sometimes I go for clever stuff though. Sometimes I vote on clever stuff, but
I do reward cleverness. I'm a big fan of wordplay.
Oh yeah.
Like, if you can get some clever wordplay in there, you'll get my vote every time. Every time. I can't. I'm a sucker for it. Puns, innuendos, as long as they're clever, A plus. A plus.
Yeah, we played golf lately. We
Oh,
tried it out.
yeah.
I was terrible, but that was okay.
Oh, I was watching you
fun.
guys play that. Telin, I don't know if you were there for that one, but
yeah, that game is fun. I'm excited for
A golfing game?
yeah,
Yeah.
golf with friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
golf with friends.
I
Oh.
like I would like billiards or bowling. That'd be kind of cool.
My brother was on a billiards team for a while with like
Nice.
legit good. He wasn't a superstar at all, but there were these two guys on his team that were, and they would battle other bars, and it was he'd come home talking about these pins he earned, and I had no idea what he was talking about because I know nothing about the competitive world of billiards. But he did, and he bought a fancy stick and like a quiver for it. It looks like a quiver. He wears it like a quiver, and yeah, that's a thing. I'm real bad at shooting pool,
Yeah, I'm horrible.
like real bad.
Yeah, I'm too.
All right, well then I'll play with
Absolutely.
you guys. Like I can play with other bad people. We just have real long games.
That would be interesting, actually.
I mean, no, but like I can't play pool with people where it's like, well, if he gets a turn, he's going to run the table and win the game.
Yeah, that's
Like
no fun.
that's not fun for me. And that's
No.
what happens when I play against like his buddy pal bar team pool people. Like that's not fun for me. And so that's just not a thing I do.
But those are like the only people that want to play is the bad thing. You can't
Yeah.
find people that suck at it.
Right? Or they just pretend to suck to hustle you.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about pool?
I
Yes.
think so.
I used to play all the time with my friend and his but one day his wife and him had an argument and she cut the pockets out of the table.
Nice.
So every time we play we would have to like chase the balls.
Wait, why wouldn't you just like tape a bag to the hole?
He was lazy. I thought about doing that for him, but it wasn't my fault.
That's lazy, but chasing the balls around the house isn't?
I usually volunteer because it kind of turned into a workout, so that I was happy.
I mean, I guess. You could have got a dog to do that shit, though. Oh, my dog would do that. He would chase anything that moves. My dog hates every other dog in the world except for my mother's two dogs. And I don't know why. But he's literally tried to attack every other dog he's ever met except this one kid's dog who tried to attack him.
Probably
And
because your dog's an asshole. I'm just saying.
I mean, I could see why you would think that. But first of all, I would disagree. And then second of all, I don't know. I don't know, because he gets along with my mom's one dog real good, and I figure it's because he knew, like, they were puppies. My dog was a tiny little puppy when he met my mom's dog, so they were always friends. And then the new dog I was a little worried about, but he was good, and now all the dogs are at least a few years old, and they're all big, and they get along. They play, they run, they lay together, and pee together, and poop together, and all the things. And no fighting problems. Any other dog in the world, he just loses his mind.
I love peeing and pooping with my dogs too.
I mean, that's not good. That's not a thing you should do. Speaking of pooping, though, I have a lot of people who play on this Project 1999 server who call themselves casual players and bitch and cry and complain about about what some of the super neckbeardy players do. How the fuck did you already get back here from Tox?
Nice.
Move char, percentage T. What is it, Kira? What's the short name? Oh, yeah, it is. Never mind. Incoming Kira Island. Did I just say Ireland? I meant island. What was I talking about? Oh, poop. So, you guys, what are actually what I would define as casual players.
Definitely.
Way more casual than... Please, guild members of Project 1999, do not take offense to anything I'm going to say. I'm just naming guilds. But you're not in guilds like Divinity or Anonymous or Europa or Zorgard or whoever the fuck else is not in the top 2 guilds. Fucking...
I'm not even in a guild anymore.
Technically, I thought you're in the Supremes.
Well, yeah, my guild. But I'm the only member, so I don't know if that counts.
No, it counts. It's a tag next to your name.
Sweet.
The Supremes?
The Supremes.
So it's just you, it should be called the Supreme. You should get them to change that.
There used to be people, but they all left me.
They weren't supreme enough. They just didn't make it.
But yeah, I tried to get a raiding guild, and then you can't stream. So, no thanks, you know?
Did they tell you that?
Yeah, pretty much every raiding guild, they don't let people stream their raids.
That is interesting. I feel like some of them do. How are you back already? Oh.
Wow.
I totally forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I think that's insane. I guess it makes sense because I don't see a lot of people streaming raids.
Yeah.
But I know some of them. I know Europa was streaming a Plane of Sky raid earlier.
Well, yeah, it depends. Plane of Sky is alright because it's not that contested.
That's like Dreslin's home planet.
That always confuses me to hear it that way.
I streamed like a dragon kill once in the guild I was in, and yeah, they got upset.
Did they know?
They don't want their strategies out?
Well, that and timers. I think it's mostly comes down to timers. They don't want other guilds to know when they killed it.
I mean, I actually had a guild ask me not to stream them in Sky because I was giving away their elite strats.
Oh, really?
And I might have talked a good, 25 minutes worth of shit about them without mentioning their guild name, just because of how absolutely ridiculous that was.
Yeah, it is stupid.
Because you know what? It's Plane of Sky. You're not... There's no secrets. You don't have secrets in Plane of Sky. I don't know if you know that or not. And it's a blue server, so literally any guild who's interested can just zone up and follow you around if they really think you have secrets hidden up there. So that actually pissed me off. And then I didn't stream their guild. I purposely did not stream that guild because of that. Because I didn't... They gave me shit, and so I was like, you know what, fuck you guys. And then they started bitching that I wasn't streaming their guild, and favoritism, and all that bullshit.
Nice.
Yep, it's a lose-lose situation. I love getting accused of fucking favoritism for competing guilds at the same time.
I probably add to that. Tell everybody that we're best friends and you hook me up all the time.
Clearly, the Supremes have their foot on the throat of this server.
Fucking A.
Because me and you chit-chat on Twitch. I mean, really, it's unfair, the death grip you have on everybody. And I really hope nobody ever, petitions Rogan or Nobog to look into that, because I don't know how long you'll be able to maintain supremacy over the server.
I got some pretty sweet strats, though, so...
Are they elite? Are they elite strats, though? Because that's really what matters the most.
Definitely. I don't want to go too into it, 'cause I can't let people know about it, but I kill a lot of stuff solo too. So
Mm-hmm. If you didn't stream Burrito, would you join a raiding guild?
nah, no, I just can't stand the mentality. It's not fun for me anymore. Even not raiding, even doing dumb stuff like Chardock AOE groups. That
Oh
is
God, I hate that.
the worst fucking place ever. People are the angriest fucks. I can't stand it.
I swear to God, it attracts the worst people and it brings the worst out of them when they're there.
Yep.
Like oh my God, I've had so many problems with Chardock AOE stuff, and if there was some magical way to just make that not work anymore, I would completely support it, and I don't care how unclassic it is. I
Well,
would support it forever.
that could. It can't. Back in Classic, you couldn't really do that, could you?
I don't know. I never knew about it
You
before.
see,
Mm-mm.
I think
I
you
never knew about
couldn't,
it.
but only because of the limitations of things
techni-
back in the day.
Right. It would be too laggy. The server communication wouldn't be able to keep up.
Right, but now things are different. But I
Maybe they
mean,
can put some kind of limit. Engage number of mobs can be engaged or something.
just make it 4. Oh God, that would make me so happy. It would make me so happy. Bards would be upset forever. Forever.
I just mean for that one zone.
I would vote for it everywhere. Because what we'd be doing is essentially recreating the classic environment.
Exactly, because it's not classic to be killing that many at one time.
No, bards should not have entire zones in their kite. I just hate it. I just hate it so much. Skylias.
Mm-hmm.
How do you would you ever join a raiding guild? Have you ever tried to join a raiding guild?
Not on P99. I did it a lot on live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone was talking
Why?
about anguish, and I was like, oh yeah, saw that in the chat. I remember that. Yeah, I didn't. I already rated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it? So that was just like personal preference. It wasn't just
Yeah.
straight turn off from the raid scene. Because I hear lots of complaints about the raid scene, and I feel like since you guys actually are casual players, like the purest definition of casual player, you just log on, you play, you do your thing, you hang out with some friends, and then you log off again, and you're not,
Well, it takes a lot of time, and it's time I don't necessarily have to commit on a regular schedule, at least.
right. But that's kind of what defines you as a casual player.
Right. Right.
But I hear lots of things from lots of people, and I hear people say that the raid scene is broken and messed up. I hear people say the raid scene could be better. I hear people say that they have no desire to even try it. I have people say that they don't want to play on this server because of it. And so I do like to hear opinions from actual casual players that aren't in the raid scene that don't really have a dog in the fight, you know?
Yeah.
Because with
Yeah.
the top guilds and the middle guilds, on some level they have there's a self-interest there. They're not just completely neutral parties arguing what they think is best.
Yeah.
I don't
I don't know. I
if
guess I
it's-
don't. Maybe I just don't have like the desire to raid this content. Like I definitely enjoyed like Planes of Power raiding, and then as it went on even into Omens of War.
Is that just
So-
because it doesn't have that nostalgia itch for you, maybe? Or you just don't like
yeah, I
it
don't
how
think
it
I
is?
yeah, I didn't do too much raiding like really early on in my live experience.
Well, I know you started in Velius,
Right.
and
But I waited till I was actually decent, and that required for a ranger. We became quite decent when we got AAs.
yeah, A's are the worst.
I agree.
Because I got to 60 and I was like, I'm done. I did it. I fucking did it. Now I can PvP and be a badass forever. And then they're like, oh, here's 1,000,000 AAs. And then all of a sudden, I was not a super badass. And I hated it.
I didn't like it because guilds were requiring certain AA points.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
That became an issue.
I
Yeah.
forgot all about that.
I honestly probably only leveled up about 20 AA, and then I was done with it. I just made a new character and was like, let's just do this over again.
Let's just start over. I loved my first... I think everybody loves their first character the most.
Yeah.
But
I
I
did.
loved it. How high did you play him?
22.
Well, that
was a pa-
doesn't count.
It was a paladin, and it was so slow, and I was soloing the whole way. It was terrible.
Well, yeah, that sounds horrible. That sounds like a horrible experience. That's almost as bad as playing a ranger.
It is really bad.
I would never do that.
But then I was handed a level 51 druid, and that was nice.
Sounds like
Nice.
RMT, sir.
No. She quit, and she started.
No, I
over.
hear you. She
She's-
quit.
I'm really. She quit, and she said she made her another druid because she messed up her beginning stat points, and it just seemed like.
Which
never
really
made-
means she's just going to sell that one after she finishes this deal with you. That's what she
No.
does.
They
You're
were
a dirty
seriously-
RMTer. I'm telling Bracknar.
I was like 12. I could not RMT.
Hey, you'd be surprised what I've seen 12-year-olds do on the internet. Not like dirty things. That sounded
Back in
bad.
2000.
I meant acting like pieces of shit. Just to super clarify that statement. Yeah, no.
I never bought an account, but I had a sugar mama that bought me a sweet account.
Oh, I would love a sugar mama.
I was 16. She was 40.
I don't
Loved each
even.
other.
I mean, I don't even need. I don't want a real life one. I just want one to get me stuff in a game.
Definitely.
Like if I was still.
And she bought me real life stuff too, though. She bought me a PlayStation 2. That was like amazing. 16-year-old.
Did it break
Has
all
no
the
money.
time? Because I feel like I went through like 4 PS2s.
No, mine lasted.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate you. Like for real, I went through like 4 PS2s. I had to send them back to the company to get exchanges. I'd go to Best Buy and just buy another one because I was sick of waiting. Like it was a horrible period of my gaming life. I wasn't doing any PC gaming except EverQuest, and I did a lot of console gaming, and my PS2 just kept breaking.
That's what happened with my Xbox 360 when I first got it. I had to send like 3 back.
Oh god,
Yeah, I went through like 3 Xbox 360s.
because
My
of the
PlayStation
ring.
3, I got a day one 60 gig PlayStation 3, and that thing still works.
Oh
Nice.
god, I was a huge PlayStation fanboy until they just bent me over and took advantage of me when I was on PS2, all of my PS2s, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going Xbox. And then same thing. Oh, I imagine same thing that happened to you guys. Red Ring of Death problems,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
same thing. They're like, oh, send it in. But I will say they were much quicker than Sony was with my PS2. Like they were.
No, it was a long wait every single time I had to do that.
Oh,
I had a
When's
friend. I had a friend at GameStop actually, so he would just trade me one. So
That's-
I didn't have to send it in.
Oh, see, I had a friend who worked like unloading shit at Best Buy,
Nice.
and so I traded him a thing, and he traded me an Xbox 360, and it was wonderful, and then it broke within the first year. It went red ring, and I was so upset. But I
Is there-
like it. I still have my 360. Like I don't play it, but like I still have it.
I don't have one anymore.
I have
Did
one.
anybody play the Dreamcast?
No.
I played it, but I didn't own one.
The Dreamcast was really good for football games because you could pick the plays would show up on that screen on the controller, and so you didn't have to worry about your asshole friend like watching you pick your play on the screen on the television.
Do people play football games?
They did when
I know.
Dreamcast came out.
Is that a real thing? I'll consent in, by the way. Wrap your Red Ring Xbox in a towel, and it'll go for a few more weeks. Sounds bullcrap.
I don't think so, because I'm not even going to pretend to like actually know what the problem is, so don't anyone believe what I'm about to say. But I feel like it had an issue to do with overheating,
Yeah, overheating.
and I feel like wrapping it in a towel is not going to help that problem. If anything, like take the top off and put a fan on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, people,
What's you guys' favorite console
like ever or right
Ever.
now?
ever?
Oh
NES.
shit! It's either Nintendo or the 360.
I did love NES.
Nintendo
Definitely.
was so good and it never broke. The cartridges never broke. You might have to blow inside them. You might have to put some alcohol in a Q-tip and rub that thing out real good. You might have to
Yeah.
jiggle the cartridge a little bit and just slide it in real gently and then push it down before it's all the way in. You might have to play little games like that. But it will work. It will always work. And,
Yeah.
oh, God bless Nintendo.
I definitely grew up playing the NES, but my favorite console was PlayStation 1.
Yeah, mine too. That's when I was first introduced to Tomb Raider, which I was a huge fan of.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Metal Gear, Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy 7.
Oh, Final
There's-
Fantasy 7.
Everybody
so
loves
many
Final
good-
Fantasy 7.
That game,
PlayStation 1 games.
I'd never played a game that took that long to finish. Ever.
It's a
Ever.
good game.
I never really got into RPGs before that.
No.
I played them a little bit, but I never beat one.
Well, wait,
So-
didn't you play like The Legend of Zelda on Nintendo? Because that's
Well,
technically an RPG.
Yeah.
That counts.
I mean, like, JRPG style.
I gotcha. No, I liked it. I liked everything about. I liked the story for the time. I thought the graphics were great. I didn't complain about that. I thought the combat was good. I thought everything about that game was great. And games like that suck because it raises the bar and then other games disappoint you.
Yeah.
And that
Like
upsets me.
Final Fantasy 8.
Right.
I don't think I played 8, I didn't like it, and I never played another Final Fantasy game again.
I really like 9.
Never played it.
I've seen a lot of people
Mine's
playing
good.
9 recently.
Yeah, it just came out on Steam. I streamed
that's
it for like one night, but I don't think that's the kind of game you should stream. It's not
Yeah.
exciting enough.
I mean, you say that, but you'd be surprised. There's people that like fucking everything. I mean,
No, I definitely got new people in there watching me, talking about the game, but I don't know. It wasn't engaging enough.
I hear you.
I played Final Fantasy 11, the MMO one.
On stream or just played?
No, not on stream. It was around the time it came out, and I didn't stay in it long.
Did
No, I never
anybody
tried
try
it.
Elder Scrolls?
Yeah, I
ESO?
tried it.
I tried the
Yeah.
beta.
Yes,
Beta, but not the full
Was that a
game.
huge disappointment?
Yes.
totally.
Yes, it was.
That was a lot of
Yes.
hype. I was really excited for
There
it.
was a lot of hype. I was excited. I played the beta, and then I ended up getting into it, and then yeah, that one they had a lot of bots, they had a lot of issues, a lot of quests that actually would open new zones were bugged. I waited 2 weeks for to be able to do something in a quest so I could go to another area. It was
Yeah.
I
terrible.
tried the beta, and I do keep in mind that it's a beta and like the full game will be better, but I played the beta and it just wasn't for me. I played like 4 hours of the beta and quit.
I remember different YouTube people talking about and making videos, or not making videos, but talking about ESO in alpha and then beta and progressing throughout the stages. And the one constant thing everybody was saying was that it was turning less, it was becoming less and less of an Elder Scrolls game and more of an MMO. And by the time it actually got released, it didn't feel anything like an Elder Scrolls game at all. And I don't know how you can justify releasing an Elder Scrolls game without having a crime system in place, without having a thieves guild, without having a dark brotherhood, without having some warrior guild, preferably the Blades because of the time period. And they didn't have any of those things. And I know shit got released later as either free or DLC, but it should have been in at launch. Like, they knew these things were important. At one point, they said those things would be in the game, and they just weren't. And nothing felt good. It was nice to see some of the areas, like, it was nice to run through the Morrowind area and be like, oh, Morrowind,
Yeah.
but it's pretty. And the forest that I can't think of the name of, that the wood elves live in. But, like, that was
Have you guys
really
played
it.
Morrowind recently?
Not
No.
recently, but I've played it.
Played
Played
it,
the
but
shit out of
not
that
recent.
game.
I loved it. I really loved it. I just don't know if I would like the combat nowadays. Like, because the combat you can miss. It like rolls a die to hit, and you can miss even though you're swinging your sword right into the guy. Like, I don't know if I think that would bug me nowadays, but I remember back in the day I loved that game.
Well,
Did anybody try Age of Conan?
no.
Yeah,
No, but I've heard that was a good
terrible.
one. I heard it was a
wasn't
good
that
one.
great.
It was
cool.
good at first, and then it just got really, just, I didn't get into it after that. I really wanted to get immersed, and it messed it up.
I'll tell you the best thing about it: playing a female character and not wearing clothes, because it shows full nudity.
I did that for Tomb Raider.
Ah, yeah, the code.
Yeah.
I remember in Tomb Raider, just like spending hours climbing onto like the highest spot in the level and just swan diving to my death. Like, I thought that was hilarious
Oh.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, the scream was pretty intense.
Oh, sorry, people were trying to distract me. Telin,
Yeah.
what's your favorite Elder Scrolls game?
The only thing I ever played was Skyrim.
You're the worst.
Wow.
I loved Oblivion.
I know, I've watched people play that, and I heard it was better.
The story was so good in Oblivion. Like, that's the one thing. Like,
It was good.
the graphics on Skyrim were amazing. And I wish Oblivion didn't look so dated.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Well, it looked really
No.
good for its time.
For its time, yeah. It just...
No.
Ooh, Shanner down!
Yes.
You did that on
trying.
purpose because he's a gnome, didn't you?
I was rooted. It wasn't my fault.
I
No,
have
she
low,
hates
low,
gnomes.
Low mana.
Sure you do. Is that a short joke because of gnomes?
No, I actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Oblivion had Patrick Stewart's voice, right? Just the king.
Yeah, as a king, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a
But
fan of his.
he's
so-
like in it for like 10 minutes. And
I feel
Yeah.
like Skyrim had like 6 total people do all the voices.
yeah.
Like, that's a
I hear
complaint
those
I
guys
have.
in other video games all the time. Like,
I
go
don't
back
mind
and
that, guys. That's their circuit of work. Like, that's gonna be a thing.
yeah.
But if you have 50 characters, get at least 40 different voice actors.
And also more stuff to say.
Yes. I would also like it if the things constantly changed. I guess that's what you said. But
Yeah.
based on things you were doing in the world. You know?
Does EverQuest 2 still do voices? Like new ones?
I don't know anything about EverQuest
Yeah, I've
2.
never played it.
I played it when it first came out for a couple
Yeah,
months.
that was supposed to be their big thing. Like, all the quest text was read by these voices, the characters.
There was voice stuff early on, but it was stupid.
I feel like they gave up on it eventually because it took so much data.
And it was stupid. That's the other. They had speech bubbles, if I remember EQ2 correctly. And that's stupid.
I played it at launch, and then I played it again with the when the phase came out. I think they're called phase.
I was gone before the phase came out. I
Yeah, I mean, it's because it was Kelethin and Greater Fadark, and I liked that area, so I wanted to see it again in EverQuest 2.
think. Sure.
And so I liked that zone, but once I left that zone, I hated it. I hated the game.
The only thing I remember about EQ2 that I saw and really made me happy was the Grave of Holly Windstalker.
Oh yeah.
That made me so happy.
Who's that?
She is the whore that walks through Quanos Hills murdering people whose beliefs she
Oh.
disagrees with.
Yeah, she sleeps with
Nice.
the wolves.
She's a bigot and a bully. And I don't like her.
And she's wearing leather, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So she's kind of a hypocrite.
Oh my god, you're right. No, for real, like, I would hang that bitch in front of Surefall Glade if I could. I hate her. She griefed me off my very first character because she's horrible.
Yeah, it's not fair when you get attacked by one. She's around.
I wouldn't even be fighting things. Like, that's the thing. I would just be minding my business, and she'd be like, oh, a Shadow Knight murdered. And it wasn't fair, and I was on a PvP server. I thought that was a person. And so I got mad, and I quit, and I made an erudite mage, and I played him until Lucklin. And then I got my hands on a gnome. I had a buddy quit playing for a while, and he gave me his gnome Necro, and it was just the most fun I ever had. I realized that gnomes were the master race at that moment.
What?
They are. They absolutely are.
Well, they're all old and wise, so that makes sense.
I mean, they look like creepy ice cream salesmen that want to touch your butt. That's what they look like. And I like that.
That was a good role for you.
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
Ixar looked the coolest, but I really like Dark Elves. I've always
Oh, Dark
Yeah,
Elves.
me too.
enjoyed
Yeah.
Dark Elves.
Yes.
I think I've only played pretty much Wood Elves and an Erudite.
You know, speaking of Dark Elves. Dark Elves, I don't know. I could have made any race I wanted when I made Sirken, and I made Dark Elf and not a gnome. And I don't know why I didn't make a gnome. I just felt Dark Elf. Find spell. I'm looking for spells.
You probably wouldn't get the same respect as a gnome.
I don't think you pay attention if you think I get respect from players.
Well, in
Mass
a role-playing sense.
solution. They don't even roleplay it. They don't give any shits. There's a thread on Reddit with like 60 replies of people just putting me on blast because they disagree with shit. It's really kind of amazing. 65, 69, cast, 65, 69. Hit you nerds. And then there's a nerd over here. And I feel like I'm missing a bard.
Enchanter died. The bard is bringing the cleric to res.
Alright, I'll get them when they come back then. Alright. Now we have Dark Elves. Is that why we moved to the mountains, so that less people would perish?
Mm-hmm.
And so you could
sit
med...
down.
Yes, I know. You have a hard time with that.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't like to be told to stay in one place and sit.
Yeah, I hate being a fucking caster.
See, I loved it because I could do other things. Like, oh, I casted spells. I'm out. And then I would just sit down and watch something else. Or read something else. Get on my, oh shit, I forgot the name of the website. Get on my Caster's Realm shit. And start looking up all my upcoming spells. I loved Caster's Realm. Caster's Realm was like my go-to site. I used
Caster's
Everlore a
Realm?
lot. Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
It's gone now, but Caster's Realm was awesome. That's the one I used to print out all of my damn spells.
Spell lists.
Yeah, because, you know, You had to have your spells printed out. I had maps printed out. I had
Dang.
fucking quests printed
Did you
out.
Did you put them in binders?
Yeah, everybody had the binders.
Yes.
We don't do that.
It started with a folder, and then as I got higher level and more into the game, it turned into a binder with the clear sleeves.
Yeah, I have a rogue. I have a rogue for this problem. Westesso just pointed that out.
For which problem?
My sitting problem.
Oh.
Caster and not being a melee class. Hurts
Did
my
anybody
soul.
Anybody play Rogue back in the day?
Not really.
That was my main character. It was my first character.
I always thought rogues looked fun because of all the different masks to change your illusion and pickpocketing, because you could pickpocket the gems. And backstabbing for tons of damage and locking people in the Freeport Bank. Oh Lord.
I don't know what I was thinking back then. I really enjoyed it, but now on P99, I just can't. I can't play a rogue. I've tried, but I just can't. I was so
What's
into
your
it,
favorite
though.
class to play, Burrito?
Probably Wizard. I was so into Rogue, like that first character I made. I remember I would just like sneak around on the roofs in Nariak and like just like role play by myself, act like I was like breaking into people's houses and stealing stuff. Like I was so into it, loved it, but I don't know, I can't get into it anymore.
I used to pretend one of the houses in North Quanos was my house.
Nice.
And I would like go there and camp out every time when I was done playing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it the one with a woman in it?
No, I was streaming last week and trying to find it, and I
There
run
was
into
one.
a house, and there's a guy and a girl sitting there staring at me like I just walked in on them about to touch butts. and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I don't remember for the life of me which house it actually was. But I know for like the first 8 levels, that's what I did. And then I got ballsy and put my stuff in the bank and ran to Felwith like a champion.
That's so sweet, though. I love those stories.
Yeah,
Dude.
those are good stories.
I got on the
Sure.
boat. I left Erudin on a boat. I did not think there would be another one. But I get to Freeport. Every city I went to, I bought a different robe. Because every city has a different color starting robe.
Yeah.
And I wanted all the colors. And so I figured, I'm hitting all the cities. I didn't have any idea that I missed Ogok and Grob and Nariak and Rivervale and Hallis. I just took the basic straight across route. And I eventually got to Freeport and got my robe and found the dock and was like, oh man, another boat. This Ocean of Tears zone was nothing like Erud's Crossing. Nothing. And we're going and we're having a great time and there's this island full of dudes and I'm like, I'm going to stay on the boat. And off in the distance you see a giant lizard creature and you click on it and it's like Aliswar. And you're like, oh no, what is he's red. So you just stay on the boat and then to your left, I think it was, you had this hill giant half in the water and it's like, Gornet, what is this? And then there's an island full of lovely women. And you're like, this seems like a trap. And so you don't get off the boat. And then it keeps going. And then there's short people. And then there's Butcher Block, which is amazing because it's essentially a donut. And yeah.
I think Kelethin, the first time seeing Kelethin was just fucking amazing to me.
Oh yeah.
And I died. I died right away. I fell off Kelethin.
I
in, like,
think
the first 10
everybody
minutes.
did. I think everybody dies their first time in Kelethin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it took me, seriously, like 10 minutes, and then I was trying to remember how I got there from freaking Caledon.
Like, I know certain, like, key specific places to get to from certain other places, but I cannot just if you're like, where do I buy sewing supplies, tailoring supplies? I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like, I can get you to the bank, the lifts, and maybe the Bard Guild. I think I find that one very often.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's 2 platforms you can jump off of near the bank that take you to one of the guild halls. But really, I need to know where the lifts are, and I need to know where the bank is, and that is it. When I'm looking for the lifts from the ground, because sometimes it's shitty when you're under the city and you're not exactly sure which direction, I just look at the trees to see which one has the shit wrapped around the trunk of the tree. And then I can be like, that's the one. And it's amazing.
I love Kelton. Even like now, my evil characters, like my Ixar monk, I went to Crush Bone at like level 8 till like level 17, and now my monk can walk around in Kelton without being attacked. Like, I love doing stuff like that.
Is Kelthin all of your guys' favorite city? Starting city?
Oh yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Felwith, but the music in Kelthin, it's the music.
Oh, I like...
I get why people like Quanos. Because of the area, Knoll Fangs and stuff. I get that, but like, I don't know. It's just so far away from everything else.
So far away. So fucking far away.
I loved... Well, I didn't love it that much. I ran away at level 8. But, I don't know. I thought Quanos was fun. You got Blackborough. Most people don't ever do Blackborough.
I like that area.
Blackborough is cool. I don't know. I can't be that far away from like everything.
I don't like Hallis.
Especially like this era where everybody hangs out in like East Common lands.
Yeah.
You're not going to see very many people.
Speaking of East Common lands, my server never used the tunnel for trading.
Really?
They used North Freeport, and the evil races just had to go through the tunnels.
Yeah, I've heard that. I always thought that, like, yeah, what do you do if you're evil?
They would hang out behind, I guess a lot of them would sneak over to Jade, the inn, and get in the green area in the back. Away from the guards.
I played on a PvP server. We didn't trade with dark races. We used G-Fey because it was up in the trees and darkies couldn't get to us.
I do wish back in the day I got into a PvP server. Nowadays I totally can't. I just can't do it.
It was good. It was a team server. It was coded teams, and it was good because you couldn't kill people on your team. So you automatically, like, you could come by yourself. You didn't need to be with a group of people or with a guild, and you would still be fine because people on your team can't kill you. And since they can't kill you and you can't kill them, it's in everybody's best interest to make the team as strong as possible, and it just helps. Whereas when it's a complete free-for-all server, if you're by yourself, you're going to have a real bad time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what server it was, but the first day they opened a new server like that with those rules, I played like the first couple days, but then I went back to my other character because he was a lot higher level.
I see. All right, well, we are going to... hi, chat. I know I've been super, super bad with you guys tonight, and I'm sorry. We're going to go to speed round. So if you have questions, I promise I will watch this time and just, put at Sirken P99 or at Telin P99 or at Skylias or at Burytoe, and one of us will see it and it will come out. If you don't have questions, you don't have to do any of those things. But now is the appropriate time for your questions. And to everyone who joined since the last time I said hello, consider this your hello. What were we just talking about? Were we just basically
reminiscing?
We were just getting all warm and fuzzy over Kelthin?
So,
and
Sirken,
tunnels.
what's your favorite thing to do as a GM? I want to know.
My favorite thing to do as a GM? I like little things. Like I don't like having to help people with stupid shit. But I do like when I can kind of just show up at an issue and people. I guess I like doing nothing. I like just showing up and having my presence solve the problem. I don't know. I don't know. I like helping people that definitely that need it. I like that a lot. I yeah, I don't know. I used to like dealing with raid petitions a lot because I felt like I was helping people have fun and play safely. And now the rules just get twisted and lawyered and loopholed so badly that it's a headache. Like I've had 8-hour Skype calls with guild leaders before and nothing come of it because they just will not work together. Um, I mean, I've seen real life countries at war have better communication with each other than some of the guilds on P99 will be willing to do. And so that's super frustrating. But you know, if someone loses, like, if someone turns in an epic turn-in piece and it just gets eaten, especially if they're in a casual guild, like, I know what that feels like. And that sucks. And I like restoring corpses a lot because I had a corpse rot on live one time and they didn't restore it and it made me want to quit the game. But luckily, I had a lot of really good friends and guildies that geared me out better than I had been previously.
Yeah, I get so many people that tell me they quit playing P99 because their corpse rotted. I've told so many people that you guys can always get their corpses back. Like,
takes
so
30 seconds.
I know.
Because it's one of those games where you wouldn't play if your corpse rotted. If you're like level 50 plus and all that time is invested and your shit is gone, like, you're not going to start over. Like, no one's going to do that.
I think even if you're like level 30 and that's your only character, like,
probably,
you'd be pretty upset.
Yeah, I agree with that. One of the things I always tell the guides to make sure they do is when you summon a corpse, we always summon it to the same spot right at the zone line in EC. But then I also make sure they move the player to that zone line so that when you zone in, you will literally be standing in front of your corpse.
Nice.
And so you'll see it, you'll loot it, life goes on. Because I don't want people to quit over something that I can literally do in less than a minute. And it's not just me. You don't need a GM to do that. Literally any staff member can do that, and it takes 30 seconds. Haynar made it even easier. He made it so we just have to click a couple things now. Which is wonderful. Alright, we've got some questions. So I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to scroll up. Rivervale, best music in the game. I like the music in that like casino room in the middle of the zone.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just fun. Like, it makes me want to drink and play. It does. I know I'm a grown-up and grown-ups aren't supposed to play, but I still play sometimes. Can you make my monk's name Poning Bitches? No, yuckers. I cannot.
I was hoping you could.
Anachek, hello, good sir. Incognito, any progress update? I think I know what you're talking about. And if it is the thing from the forum that we talked about on Skype, I have no update. And if it's not that thing, then I have no idea what you're talking about. When will you let me take you to POM? Bard Dadian, I think is how you say that. I have no desire to just be guided around POM. Like, I know I did a thing where I had Uber Bandit and Skylias both pick a zone, and I think Uber Bandit picked Crushbone, if I remember correctly, and Skylias picked Crystal Caverns. And I think the only reason that was remotely entertaining is because of A, how little I know about the zone and how much she and Uber knew about it, but also because they didn't take me on a tour or guide me. They just let me bumble around like a goddamn idiot. And
yeah, I watched that. That was interesting.
The Crystal
But you
Caverns
guys-
one?
I had a lot of
Yeah.
fun in Crystal Caverns, except for
Yes.
Guard Kevin. He aggravated me.
Totally should have picked Tower of Frozen Shadow though.
I mean,
He probably knows that one way too well.
I do. Like, I'm not going to get lost in Frozen Shadow at all.
You said that was your favorite zone, though, yeah?
It is my favorite, definitely my favorite Velius zone. I like Sibelius a lot. I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of Sibelius.
Seb is awesome.
Mm. But Tower of Frozen Shadow was so special to me because it was a dungeon crawl and it was not an instance zone. And so I really liked it. I really liked it. Olaris keeps, I don't care. Native, hey man, this is Naturi Raw from VZ. Fucking fag from Garage Box is Red 99. We're starting Slate. Good to see you're still around. I remember Nataturi. I don't remember Raw, unless it was an Ixar Monk. If it was an Ixar Monk, then I do. I would say Red 99 is definitely worth starting. The biggest guild that was running that server for a while recently quit and left, so there's kind of a power vacuum. And hopefully the guild who replaces it remembers what it was like and doesn't do it to new people. And so I would say give it a try and make your own opinion. Edge wants to know if instead of... I don't frog lock bomb the tunnel. Frog locks aren't classic, and I would get in trouble if I did such things, so I don't even know what you're talking about. Squished has a question for Skylias. He wants to know how moist is perfect for good moist banana bread.
Oh my god.
I can
He
reread
got
it if you're
two
not
of
sure.
That word in one sentence.
I know. I know. Squish, give yourself 1 Sirken point.
Oh god.
Easy Deezy, hello. He says, if I change my main to a ranger, do I hate myself more than someone that began with a ranger? Yes. No, you don't. Because you can twink your ranger and you already have friends that can help you. I would say having a ranger as a first character is harder and more self-hate. Skylias Baben321 says, I know y'all's voice. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I felt it was important you heard it.
Well, I think he just knows a lot of people on here and he knows our voices.
I'll show him voices. Wonderlay fan has a question for Telin. He says, can't see spell effects. What files should I replace to resolve the issue?
And I answered it in chat.
Oh, well, read.
Vanderlei fan.
God. Are those V's? I thought that was a W.
It is a W, but it's pronounced Vanderlei.
I hate you. D-Dubs. D.W. Davis has been watching the stream for a long fucking time. And I'm glad you still come and show up, sir. Is Rust any good? No. Rust is literally the worst game. And I really wish someone would come over here and punch me in the face every time I load it up. I haven't played it for a while. I got mad and threw a temper tantrum. And then they had a patch on Thursday. And I was I'm not going to say what it is, but I was real excited about something. I just wanted to try it. So I logged in on Thursday and set up a little farm, if you will. And I took some pictures and logged out. And that's pretty much been it for that. But if you hate yourself, it's probably a good game. Because that game punishes the shit out of people. Cotton Candy, you're welcome, blah, blah, blah. How long does it take to replace something you accidentally deleted? Guy in our guild saying he's been waiting a month. Well, Dragon Reborn, I'll tell you, he's lying to you. Because I knocked out all of my petitions between Thursday and Friday. So either he's been waiting less than a week, or... No, if he deleted it, it would get flagged for me. So I don't believe him. He needs to petition on the forum and not in-game. That's the only thing I can think of. Burdock says, finally catching you live on Twitch finally. Well, I'm glad that you were able to do that. If you have a question, Now's the time to do that. Baven, your live corpse rotted with playing at Time Gear, huh? You should never have let that happen. I don't know anyone who let Time Gear rot, ever.
Did they not recover corpses on EverQuest Live?
They didn't recover mine. I don't know if other servers, maybe.
I never had that issue, but yeah.
I thought I looted my corpse, and I went camping, and I was just busy, and then I was naked, and it was gone. And that was it.
Shitty.
That was it. It was gone. Hello, Twinkle Star Serena. You say, can you tell when people are just too lazy to CR and petition for their corpse to be recovered? Here's the thing. If they actually wait 7 days and let their corpse rot just because they don't want to CR, I don't even care. If you're willing to basically suspend yourself for 7 days, I will restore your rotted corpse afterwards. That's fine. But just get a goddamn necro. Just buy a coffin, give it to a necro, and say, help me, please. That's it. I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. This is actually a social game. And there's other people, and you can talk to them. You don't have to do everything by yourself. You can make friends and meet people.
No thanks.
God damn it. Words just came in. Blah, 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 blah. I believe toxic are the words Sirken has used to describe boxing, so I'm curious for a thing. I feel like I missed a question. Boxing is the devil. It makes it so certain classes aren't really as needed because everyone would have a pocket Dreslin, and then nobody would need to ask for druid buffs. Nobody would need ports. Druids wouldn't be valuable because everybody would have one. Clerics, everyone would have a resbot. Everybody... Like, it gets stupid. People would start grouping with themselves. People would start rolling the best duo combinations they could so that they would never have to play with anybody. And you don't want that. Part of the reason you have so many people on P99 and part of the reason we have the community that we have as far as, like, grouping and dungeoning goes is because people can't do everything by themselves. And... you need to work with other people. Burdock says, I missed the majority of this live video, but I had a question from another. Why? Oh, that's your question I just answered. And I'll also tell you, if you missed the majority of this video, you can watch it at youtube.com/SirkenP99. That was a slash, was the word I muttered out. And you can watch all the old things, and this thing. And there's links to other people's things. You should check that all out. Were you watching Burytoe stream when we were in Tower of Frozen Shit all day, every day for a month? I saw some of it. I know I wasn't there all day, every day for a month. But I do enjoy Burytoe's stream pretty much a lot. And I do enjoy the Tower of Frozen Shit a whole ton. So when those powers combine, I'm there.
Who doesn't enjoy my stream, though? Honestly.
Yeah, really.
Probably the best. Not probably. I think I am the best.
You are the best. You're the best around.
How often do you get that boxing question?
Why don't we allow it?
Yeah, why is it a bad thing? 'Cause I know I've heard you answer it before.
I mean, I see it on the forums probably at least once a month. And... I probably get the question like 1 in 3 streams. It's definitely something that gets addressed a lot. Blah blah blah. Can you tell? Oh, I already hit that. Da 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 da. Burrito wants to know if I ever had someone petition that they were missing an item, but it was in their bank, and yes. I've also had people petition they were missing an item, but it was on a corpse.
I might have petitioned
for
luckily, an item that was in my bank.
How did that work out for you?
They just made me feel dumb.
That sounds about right.
They're like, I put the item in your inventory. It was in your bank. And then I got all lippy. I don't remember who it was. It was years ago.
It definitely wasn't me.
I got all lippy, and they're like, "You want me to ban you?" And I'm like, "I'll ban your dad." And they just ignored me after that point. I wish I could remember who it was.
That's amazing.
Oh.
I'll ban your dad. God damn it. Alright, Telin, I got a question for you. Is there any chance we might get fixes? Stop answering questions! What's wrong with you?
He's got chat.
You're breaking the process.
On here too.
Yeah, answer it on here for the wonderful folks that are watching later that won't see chat. And the question is, any chance we might get fixes to the broken pixels on textures without running a third-party patcher? Effect helmets, tile faces, etc.
Alright, Nobog pretty much does that. And I said that would require us to give out the repaired files. And so that would be too many to include in a patch every time. So until we have a patcher, if that ever happens, that would be the only feasible way.
Alright, there's your answer, everybody else. Burdock says, to add to my missed question, is it more to... He put missed in quotations to imply that I purposely didn't answer or address his question. Is it more toxic for a quote-unquote competitive game like EverQuest where zones are... I don't even know what you're asking me. To add to my missed question, is it more toxic for a competitive game like EverQuest where zones are not instanced? I don't even know what you're asking. But here's the thing. Instant zones aren't competitive. It's basically show up, hit your button, get your loot, and leave. And luckily for people who really want that and that's what they're looking for in a game, 90% of every MMO has instance zones and instance raids. I know that EQ Live timeline progression servers have a bunch of instance stuff. We're never going to do instance stuff. We're just never going to do it. So if people are holding their breath for that, they shouldn't be. There's enough other options for people that want that, and we like that we offer something different. Dun, dun, dun. So I hope that answers your question. Burrito, Nibris Chanter enjoys your stream.
Thank you, Nibris. I enjoy yours as well, dude.
Dun, 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 dun. And Celdio says you have his ear as long as you talk about butts, and you threatened his dad's butt. Dun, 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 dun. Message for Telin. I hate you. Did everything the bread quest a few times at level 24, but hailing does nothing, blah, blah, blah. And you're assuming he hailed the wrong mob. So we'll see.
I'm looking right now.
Dragon Reward says stuff was assigned to Bragdar. For a deleted item? Are you sure it was deleted? Because deleted items probably don't go to Bracknar, if I understand the petition process correctly. Or at least the petitions that I deal with. I might be doing Bracknar stuff. I don't even know. Alright, well, alright. And guess what, Burrito?
What's up?
Kicker 4515 enjoys your stream too.
Oh yeah, I told him everyone does, so...
Well, yeah, that's because it's Supreme.
Nice. It's Burrito Supremes, do you guys get it?
Oh, I do now. I didn't before. I thought it was like Burytoe Supremes.
Oh. Yeah, people make that mistake.
Mm-hmm. I hate when my toes get burry. So I feel like I'm caught up on questions. I feel like we're probably just about done. Oh, here's a great question. How is it you are all able to make a more classic EverQuest and Daybreak can't anymore? And I could be very wrong, but it's because they didn't keep any of the old code. They just don't have it.
Do you think they want to?
I think that they would if it was something they could just easily open up. but it takes a lot. It would take work. I mean, the P99 devs have all put in a ton of work to get P99 where it is right now. And it's not something you can, it's not just changing a bunch of things in a column. Like, there's a lot of work that went into making P99 the way it is, and a lot of time. But yeah, that's why. I mean, it's because the devs wanted to do it. Excuse me. The devs wanted to do it, so they did it. You're gonna poke the bear again and see blah 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 blah. So is boxing more toxic for EQ because creatures and zones are not instants? I don't think one has anything to do with the other. I think boxing is toxic because it kills the community, and I think instance zones are bad because it's just free stuff. There's no challenge or competition involved. Mr. Smiles, I promise if look, I don't even know where we are on other servers. I know there's lots of plans. I know there's things that have been talked about, but I got nothing. I have nothing update-wise. And if there was, we would post it or make announcements. We wouldn't keep it secret. Go Hail People. I'm done with your boxing questions. I feel like I answered it super thoroughly. Do any of you three fine people have anything you would like to add before I put a bow on this thing?
Shot time.
Shot time.
Shots.
I'm not drinking alcoholic beverages. I'm drinking tasty beverages. Because
somebody in chat is gonna take a shot with me. I know it.
All right, who's drinking in chat? Someone needs to take a shot with Burrito. Skylias Squished has a super important message for you in chat.
Oh God. Hate you, Squished.
Oh. Skylias, do you have any final parting words for these people?
I don't.
Telin, do you have any final parting words for these people?
I guess I don't.
You don't.
All
right.
Well, I mean,
say goodbye then.
I do wanted to say something. I encourage anybody who comes across something on the server that they don't think is correct, please do some research and then make a bug report. Because I watch a lot of people streaming, and sometimes they see something and they claim it's not right, but they don't say anything about it, and we'll never fix it if we don't know about it.
Devs don't see petitions. Like, you have to put it in the bug form.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way it will get fixed. CSR can't fix problems like that, and devs can't see the petitions. So you have to put it in the bug form. Just complaining about it does literally nothing. Telin, thank you very much for joining us this fine evening.
My pleasure.
Skylias!
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say goodbye to these fine people?
Goodbye. And that's... Yeah, I don't need that. Yeah, goodbye.
No, because I'm probably going to do it for you anyway.
Okay.
She streams there. It's a good stream. I watch it. I mean, if that's not something... Look, guys. If I do something, you're going to want to stand in line to do it. Because that's how great it is. Skylias, thank you very much for joining us this fine evening. Yeah, and guess what? Burrito!
What's up?
Thank you for coming on this fine evening, too.
Yeah, I had a good time. I appreciate the invitation.
Guess what I'm gonna do? Put your link in chat, and I'm gonna tell people they need to click on those things and follow those people. Those are two streamers that very regularly and frequently stream the P99, and they mix in some other things too, but you will meet good peoples in their chats. Well, sometimes. Sometimes you'll meet absolute scumbag pieces of shit. But you know, for the most part, there's some good people lurking. So on that note, I'm gonna have to put you guys on hold so I can have a moment alone with my people. Because, you know, I like to have dirty pillow talk time with them. But that's a private affair. It's not for you guys.
Oh yeah, sorry guys. Cheers on that shot.
Oh, yeah, cheers.
And also, hide your dad's butts. 'Cause I'm coming for him.
Ooh.
They're not going to be able to hide those butts. Typing words. Again, all three of you, thank you super much. I got to put you on hold, and then I'll be back. Maybe. I suck at putting people on hold. I do. Like, literally, you think over 2 years I'd figure this shit out. Alright, guys, it's just us. Thank you super much for joining this evening. I hope you had a good time. I had a good time. If you missed parts and you want to catch them later, youtube.com/SirkenP99. Telin, Skylias, Burytoe. Again, thank you guys for coming on. If you want to follow them, you can do Burytoe at www.twitch.tv/Burytoe. And if you want to follow Skylias, you can do that at www.twitch.tv/Skylias. And there will be links somewhere that you can click on. They're in chat here. They'll be in the description on YouTube. I'm going to make it super easy for you, and you will absolutely not regret doing these. You can hold me personally responsible if you regret the decision. On that note, I'm going to play my little video, and then I'm going to send you somewhere else. So have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye, pals. That's the wrong thing. I'm playing the wrong thing. God damn it.